Hello everyone, my name is Savigya and I am CA Intermediate student. Today we will be revising Accounting Standard 18 Related Party Disclosures, which is in our CA Intermediate Group 2 paper of Advanced Accounting. So let's start. So firstly, we will see what AS18 prescribes. So AS18 prescribes the requirement for disclosure of related party relationship and transactions between the reporting enterprise and its related party. So firstly, we will identify which all are our related parties, and then we are going to disclose the transactions which we have done with them in our financial statement at the year end. Now how we are going to determine who all are our related party? So we'll see parties are considered to be related if at any time during the reporting period, if one party has the ability to control the other party or exercise significant influence over the other party in making financial or operating operations. So it means that if one party has the ability to control or has significant influence over the other party in making its financial or operating decisions, then the said party is related party for the other party. Move on to next slide. AS18 deals only with following related party relationship. It means that the relationship which we are going to discuss in next slides, these are the only type of relationship which are considered in AS18. Other relationships which occur within a company are not considered in Accounting Standard 18. So we'll start off with paragraph 3A. If any enterprise controlled by or under common control with reporting enterprise directly or indirectly, then the said enterprise is going to be related party for the reporting entity. So here we will understand it with an example. If A has 65% of share in reporting enterprise, then A is going to be related party for reporting enterprise because it has 65% of the share in reporting entity. So obviously it has a significant influence and control over related entity. So therefore A is related party for reporting entity. Now in the second example, if A has 60% share in B company and B has 80% share in reporting enterprise, then we can see here that B is subsidiary of A Limited and reporting enterprise is a subsidiary of B Limited. Now the A is related party for reporting enterprise indirectly because indirectly significant shares are held by the A company. Now we will move on to paragraph 3b. So paragraph 3b first point says if an enterprise has significant influence in reporting enterprise which has significant influence in other enterprise. So we'll see an example for this. If A Limited has 70% share in B Limited and B Limited has 25% share in A Limited, then if E is reporting enterprise, then B Limited is going to be a related party for E Limited because it is an associate company and it has significant control over the reporting enterprise. But A Limited is not going to be a related party for A Limited because it does not have the significant influence indirectly in the E Limited. So here only B Limited is going to be related party for E Limited. Now second point says that if any enterprise is a joint venture of other enterprise or it has a joint venture. So we'll take an example for this. If there are two companies X Limited and Y Limited and they have a joint venture called Z Limited, then if Z Limited is reporting enterprise, then X Limited and Y Limited are going to be reporting enterprise for Z Limited, but X Limited and Y Limited are not going to be related party for each other because they does not have a significant influence and control over each other, but they have significant influence and control over their joint venture which is Z Limited. So if Z Limited and X Limited are going to be related party for each other, Z Limited and Y Limited are going to be related party for each other, but X Limited and Y Limited are not going to be related party for each other because they does not have control over each other. Now we'll move on to paragraph 3c, which says that Key managerial personnel and their relatives should also be considered as related party for the enterprise. Now it means that the key managerial personnel of the company and the relatives of the KMP should also be considered as the related party for the company, because a KMP and its relative may have a significant influence and control in the operations of the company. Now who all are the KMP? So KMP can be any employee of the company if he has the following three powers, which is planning, directing and controlling. If any employee of the company has these following powers, he is going to be considered as KMP. Now who all relatives are covered in AS 18? They are son, daughter, brother, sister, father, mother and spouse. If any individual who has control or significant influence over the enterprise, individual which are covered in paragraph 3C and paragraph 3D. Now we'll move on to paragraph 3D. Paragraph 3D says an individual who has control or significant influence over the enterprise. If a person who is not a KMP of the company but still he has a significant influence over the enterprise, then he is also going to be considered as related party for the company. Now how he can be a significant how he can have a significant influence over the company, so we'll see it with an example. Suppose there is a person Mr. Suresh which has 70% of shareholding in X Limited. Now obviously because he has such a major share in the company, he has significant powers and controls over the company. So he is obviously going to influence the financial and operating decisions of the country, and therefore he will be considered as related party for the company. Now paragraph 3E, if any individual as specified in paragraph 3C and 3D is common in two enterprises, then the enterprises in which such individual is common are also related party for each other. Now what it means that if persons which are specified in paragraph 3C and paragraph 3D is common between two enterprises, suppose there is a person A which is working as KMP in X Limited, and the same A person is also has a significant influence in Y Limited. Now X and Y Limited company are going to be related party for each other. We'll see another example. X Limited and Y Limited has a common KMP Mr. Suresh. Then both the entities X Limited and Y Limited are going to be related party for each other. Now we will see situations which are out of scope as per Accounting Standard 18. Firstly, single customer, supplier, agents or franchisee. So it means that if there is a company X Limited and he has a single customer for its product, suppose A Limited, so that A person and X Limited are not going to be related party just because the company has only one customer for its product. Same goes with the supplier. If I have only one supply for my raw materials which are used in my manufacturing of my company, then that one single supplier is not going to be considered as my related party. Same goes for agents and franchisee. Now second is trade unions in a company. They are also not considered as related party for the company. Third is common enterprise. If common individual does not have influence over the enterprise, if a person is working in two companies but he does not have significant influence in either of the company, then both the companies are not going to be considered as related party, because the person who is working in both the companies does not have the significant power or significant influence or control in the company. Now fourth is state controlled enterprises, which are government organizations. So in the state controlled enterprises, a major share is held by the government. So now government and government enterprises are not going to be considered as related party for AS 18. So this was a quick revision of Accounting Standard 18. Thank you so much for watching.